A lone house sits far off, swallowed by an endless night. Darkness stretches, a silent, watchful entity. The house is dilapidated, a relic of forgotten stories. A single light flickers weakly from the porch. Eerie shadows dance in the dim glow. The night whispers secrets around the isolated house. The car plunges into the night, headlights cutting through the darkness. Trees loom on each side of the narrow road, their shadows dancing in the periphery. My face is illuminated by the headlights, a canvas of apprehension and resolve. Determination hardens my gaze as I push deeper into the encroaching woods. Night cloaks the house in an unsettling stillness as I park, the silence amplifying the sense of foreboding. The car door slams, the sound echoing sharply in the night, breaking the eerie quiet. Each step towards the house feels heavier than the last, the silence pressing in from all sides. Shadows dance in the periphery, playing tricks on the eyes, heightening the growing unease. The air is thick with unspoken tension, a palpable sense of something amiss hanging heavy. A deep breath, a moment of resolve, before stepping into the unknown that awaits inside. Beneath the night sky, a set of front steps lead to a silent, shadowed house. A hand reaches, fingers brushing against cool stone, searching for something hidden. A key, cold and metallic, is found nestled beneath a dislodged stone. The key glints faintly in the darkness, a silent invitation or a looming threat. Unease washes over, a disquieting premonition of what lies beyond the door. The lock clicks, and the door swings open to reveal a darkened house, the air thick with a sense of foreboding. Flipping on the lights, each room is revealed as ordinary, yet something feels unsettlingly out of place. A heavy, stagnant atmosphere permeates every corner. An unsettling silence hangs in the air. In the empty bedroom, I begin unpacking boxes, each rustle and thud echoing through the silent house. The weight of unspoken memories hangs heavy in the air as I sift through belongings. Almost unconsciously, I reach out and close the bedroom door, sealing myself in. The click of the latch is a stark punctuation to the quiet, a moment of solitude found in habit. In the dim bedroom, I lie still, eyes fixed on the ceiling, lost in thought. A heavy silence blankets the room, amplifying the unease within. Sleep descends swiftly, yet it offers no peace, only a troubled drift. Restless shadows dance on the walls, mirroring the turmoil in my mind. The air is thick with unspoken worries, each breath a sigh of apprehension. A sense of foreboding lingers, casting a pall over the night's fragile calm. I jolt awake, heart pounding, the digital clock flashing 3:08 a.m. in the suffocating darkness. The room is a void, the silence heavy and absolute, pressing down like a physical weight. A faint, wet breathing fills the air, an unsettling rhythm in the still of the night. My eyes dart around, struggling to pierce the gloom, searching for the source of the sound. The shadows dance, playing tricks on my vision, turning familiar shapes into menacing figures. Fear coils in my stomach, a cold knot tightening with each shallow, ragged breath. In the dead of night, I strain to hear, breath held, as an unsettling sound permeates the silence of the bedroom. The sound persists breathing. It doesn't come from beside me, but from within the very walls. A primal fear begins to coil in the pit of my stomach, tightening its icy grip with each echoing breath. Paralyzed, I can only listen, the dread escalating as the unseen presence makes itself known. Morning light floods the bedroom, revealing dust motes suspended in the air like tiny glittering stars. The room appears normal, peaceful, offering no hint of the terrors that unfolded in the night. A deceptive calm hangs in the air, as if the house itself is innocent of the nightmare. I try to convince myself it was just a dream, a fleeting figment of an overwrought imagination. But a lingering unease remains, a subtle discordance beneath the surface of normalcy. I step into the silent hallway, the air heavy with unspoken dread. The vent cover lies discarded on the floor, a dark rectangle against the mundane. Screws are scattered around the vent, glinting dully in the dim light. An unsettling stillness hangs in the air, broken only by the echo of my own breath. A sudden chill races down my spine, a primal warning in the face of the unknown. In the dim hallway, a metallic vent gleams, hinting at secrets hidden within. Nestled against the dusty interior, a clean, white piece of paper waits. Fingers reach for the paper, a silent question hanging in the air. The paper unfolds, revealing a hidden message or a crucial clue. A slight tremor betrays the weight of anticipation and uncertainty. Hallway. Morning. The note feels heavy in my trembling hand, the words blurring as fear tightens its grip. My heart hammers against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat against the silence of the hallway. A shaky, unconvincing laugh escapes my lips, a feeble attempt to mask the rising panic. "You left your door closed last night. Don't do that again," the note whispers, a chilling echo in my mind. I try to dismiss it, but the words linger, weaving a web of dread around me. Inside the silent house, I move with a hunter's gaze, scanning every corner for a sign, a shadow, a trace of the unseen. Each lock clicks, each window sealed, yet the air grows thick with an invisible threat, a silent alarm. My pulse quickens as the ordinary transforms, every creak and whisper fueling the growing unease. The sunlit rooms offer no comfort, only amplify the chilling absence of evidence, the haunting unknown. I search again, a desperate plea for logic against the rising tide of paranoia, the creeping dread. But the house remains a perfect stage for my fear, an empty canvas on which my nightmares begin to paint. In the dim bedroom, I lie in bed, the door ajar, a silent invitation to the unknown. Shadows stretch and contort on the walls, a macabre ballet performed in the quiet of the night. Every creak and whisper amplifies the tension, each moment a breath held in anticipation. I wait, every nerve on high alert, for the inevitable intrusion that lurks just beyond the open door. The hallway is submerged in darkness, save for the eerie glow of a clock signaling 3:08 a.m. A chilling sound permeates the silence, heavy, ragged breathing echoing through the hall. Each breath grows louder, closer, an unseen presence drawing near. The source is just outside the door, an invisible menace about to break through. The air thickens with dread as the breathing intensifies, an ominous sign of what's to come. In the suffocating silence of the hallway, my heart pounds, each beat echoing like a drum in the oppressive darkness. I hold my breath, straining to hear any sound beyond the door, every nerve on high alert. The breathing outside ceases, a chilling stillness that amplifies the dread. As I exhale, a subtle shift occurs just beyond the door, a silent promise of something sinister. My eyes struggle to pierce the shadows, searching for any sign of what lurks just out of sight. Frozen with fear, I stare into the darkness, my body rigid, awaiting the unknown. Morning light streams into the hallway, illuminating the carpet's subtle patterns and casting long shadows. Pressed carpet fibers reveal the ghostly outline of feet, an unsettling path leading directly to the bed. A sense of violation hangs heavy, an unseen presence lingering in the air. The vague footprints suggest an unwanted observer, a silent intrusion into personal space. Anxiety rises with the realization of being watched, the hallway transformed into a stage for unseen eyes. Every shadow seems to deepen, every creak echoes with the weight of the unseen gaze. In the stark bathroom, I find a hidden note. The mirror reflects my worried expression. Scratched words reveal a chilling warning: do not sleep with the door closed. The message echoes in the sterile air. Fear grips me in the silent room. I yank open a kitchen drawer, expecting nothing, but my breath hitches at the sight of another note. My fingers tremble as I reach for it, a sense of dread mixing with morbid curiosity. Bold ink screams from the page, each word a chilling echo in the silent kitchen. Narration: if you hear footsteps that match yours, stop walking. The words hang in the air, a stark warning that makes my blood run cold. Sunlight streams into the silent living room, illuminating dust motes dancing in the golden air. Lost in thought, I sit in the worn armchair, an unread book resting on my lap. My fingers trace the yellowed pages, a silent exploration of forgotten words and times. A folded note, hidden between the pages, catches my attention, a secret waiting to be unveiled. The room is still, save for the whisper of turning pages and the weight of the untold. A chilling warning echoes in my mind. Do not acknowledge voices that say your name. The old mattress creaks as I lift it, revealing a hidden world beneath. My fingers find something papery, a note, taped and waiting. Heart pounding, I peel it off, the stark message a chilling warning. If the lights flicker twice, do not look at the ceiling, it says. The living room is dimly lit, the only light source emanating from the flickering TV screen. The low hum of the television fills the silence, a constant, unnerving background noise. Shadows dance on the walls, exaggerating every shape and corner of the room. Every creak and groan of the house sends a jolt of fear through the tense atmosphere. Paranoia reigns supreme as the protagonist jumps at the slightest sound. The flickering light paints the scene with unease, each flicker heightening the suspense. In the dead of night, I advance down a dim hallway, my footsteps the only sound in the oppressive silence. Suddenly, another set of footsteps echoes mine, mirroring my pace with eerie precision. A chilling realization dawns. I am not alone. Icy dread washes over me, a wave of fear paralyzing me in place. My blood runs cold as the unseen presence draws nearer, the echoing steps intensifying the terror. The hallway stretches into infinity, each shadow a potential threat. In the dim hallway, I freeze, a sudden stillness overcoming me as I hold my breath. Footsteps echo, each sound amplifying the tension as they approach with measured steps. The footsteps draw nearer, the suspense growing with each echoing beat. The sound stops abruptly, the silence more terrifying than any noise. A presence looms behind me, unseen yet intensely felt in the suffocating darkness. I remain still, unmoving, my back turned to the unknown, heart pounding. In the sterile bathroom, I stand half asleep, mechanically brushing my teeth, a figure lost in the morning's haze. The fluorescent lights flicker erratically, casting a disturbing pallor over the mundane morning routine. A sudden, unsettling flicker once, twice pierces the haze, demanding attention. Defying the unspoken rule, my gaze lifts, drawn by an inexplicable force to meet my own reflection. The mirror reflects a stranger, eyes wide with a dawning awareness of something deeply amiss. A silent question hangs in the air, the mundane shattered by the ominous flicker of the lights. Pale light catches the porcelain sink as morning breaks, a deceptive calm over a bathroom about to turn nightmarish. The ceiling sags, a silent threat looming overhead as unseen things stir and rustle, a prelude to horror. Lights flicker ominously, a dance of impending doom signaling the descent into absolute darkness. Darkness engulfs the room, a suffocating blanket of fear. A scream tears through the silence, raw and instinctive, as terror takes hold in the abyssal dark. Fluorescent lights flicker, casting eerie shadows down the hallway, a stark contrast to the growing dread. The bathroom door vanishes, replaced by a smooth, unsettling wall, defying reality and logic. Heart pounding, I run, each footstep echoing the rising terror that consumes me. The hallway stretches endlessly, a labyrinth of fear and the unknown. Each breath is a gasp, each shadow a potential threat in this nightmare come to life. The hallway extends into the distance, the skewed perspective creating an unnerving sense of infinite length. A palpable presence looms behind me, unseen, a silent observer testing my reflexes. Each step echoes, amplifying the sensation of being watched, measured, and assessed. The air thickens, charged with anticipation as the unseen presence gauges my every move. A primal instinct surges, urging me to flee, to escape the unseen entity that haunts the hallway. The hallway seems to mock me, stretching further with each stride, prolonging the torment. I enter my bedroom, the silence amplifying every small sound. A whisper brushes past my ear, sending a shiver down my spine. The voice, soft and haunting, seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. My name, soft and familiar, in my own voice. The narration echoes, unsettling and strange. A sense of unease settles in, the room suddenly feeling unfamiliar and cold. Silence hangs heavy in the bedroom as I refuse to respond, the weight of unspoken words filling the space. A sigh drifts from beyond the door, laced with a palpable disappointment that cuts deep. Driven by raw emotion, I lash out, slamming the door with a resounding crash. The sound echoes, amplifying the intensity of the moment, sealing off the world outside. Alone, I retreat further, barricading myself in, seeking refuge within these walls. The room becomes my sanctuary, my prison, a fortress built of anger and despair. A doorway appears where a wall once stood, disrupting the familiar layout of the house, its presence both sudden and surreal. The house warps, walls subtly shifting and rearranging, as if the very structure is in constant, unsettling flux. Panic rises as I struggle against the house's unpredictable movements, the environment twisting around me, defying control. The boundaries of reality blur as the house reshapes itself, leaving me lost in an ever-changing labyrinth of my own home. I awaken in an unfamiliar room, its silence unsettling. The room is stark, devoid of any comfort or familiarity. A single bare light bulb hangs ominously, casting long shadows. The air is heavy, suffocating, pressing down with unseen weight. An oppressive silence fills the room, amplifying the isolation. The room feels like a cage, trapping me in its unknown confines. Sunlight streams into the kitchen, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Through the window, trees twist at impossible angles, defying nature's laws. The sky is marred by the unsettling sight of multiple moons, casting an eerie glow. A subtle shimmer distorts the air, a visual glitch in the fabric of reality. The kitchen seems ordinary, yet the view suggests a world subtly broken. Reality phrase, revealing the uncanny just beyond the window pane. The ceilings loom, a suffocating weight pressing down, the air thick with an unseen dread. Each room, a cell, the walls closing in, trapping the breath in my lungs. A desperate search for escape, but every door leads to another stifling space. The oppressive atmosphere, a tangible force, crushing the spirit within these walls. In the dead of night, the only sound is heavy breathing, its rhythm growing more defined, more deliberate. The breathing shifts from erratic gasps to a steady, evolving cadence. It is learning, adapting within the silence. Time seems to slip away, unnoticed, as the sound dominates the room, warping reality. The unseen presence continues to breathe, and I am losing time, caught in its unnerving rhythm. The worn sofa groans as I collapse, the springs protesting under my weight, each coil a memory of countless days. I blink, the simple act stretching into an abyss of lost time, an unsettling void where hours dissolve into nothing. My hand trembles as I reach for my phone, the cold glass shocking against my clammy skin, a stark, unwelcome reality. The screen flares, illuminating a face I barely recognize, and a string of messages, ghostly echoes of a forgotten self. Dizziness washes over me, a terrifying realization dawning. I am adrift, lost in the labyrinth of my own fracturing mind. An ominous message lingers on the phone screen. It knows my name now. The words glow with a sinister light, each letter a chilling reminder. Unsent, the draft remains, a silent scream trapped within the digital void. The screen reflects a face contorted by terror, eyes wide with dread. Fear consumes, a creeping darkness that threatens to engulf everything. Each notification, a potential harbinger of the unknown, sends shivers down the spine. A figure stands motionless at the property line, a silent sentinel against the vast, open sky. The figure's stillness is unnerving, a stark contrast to the natural world around them. An unsettling sense of dread begins to creep in, a shadow falling over the bright day. The air grows heavy, with unspoken tension, as the figure remains fixed in place. Each moment stretches into an eternity, amplifying the feeling of impending doom. A silent question hangs in the air. What is the purpose of their vigil at the edge? The front door swings open, revealing a sun-drenched porch. But something is off. The porch stretches, elongated and unnatural. Space itself seems distorted, bending the familiar into something strange. The sunlight glares, highlighting the impossible geometry of the porch. Reality wavers at the threshold, an unsettling invitation to step through. Sunlight warms the porch as I lift my head, a sense of disbelief washing over me. Standing there is my sister, an echo of the past resurrected before my eyes. She wears clothes I haven't seen her in for years, a ghost of happier times. Her hair is styled in the way she used to favor, a nostalgic vision. The details sharpen, each a poignant reminder of days gone by. A wave of emotion hits me as I take in the unchanged image before me. Sunlight bathes the porch as my sister appears, a smile stretched across her face, yet something feels profoundly amiss. Her smile falters, the movement a fraction late, a subtle discordance hinting at hidden depths. A creeping unease settles in, the air thick with unspoken tension, a sense that something is deeply wrong. Beneath the surface of normalcy, a disturbing truth lurks, casting a shadow over the idyllic scene. Sunlight warms my face as I stand on the porch, a silent observer in the unfolding drama. My sister's voice pierces the calm, echoing with a blend of sadness and raw accusation. "You left without saying goodbye," she cries, her words hanging heavy in the air. "My name, again and again, each time closer," she continues, her voice laced with pain and betrayal. The door slams shut with a resounding crash, the sound echoing through the silent house. The handle twists violently, a desperate struggle frozen in metal. Her voice layers over itself, a haunting chorus of echoes. Too many versions speak at once, a cacophony of memories and regrets. The house remains silent, save for the lingering echo of slamming doors. The room is cloaked in shadows, twisting like grasping hands, a silent testament to memories I can't outrun. The air hangs heavy with unspoken words, each breath a reminder of what lingers just beneath the surface. A bone-deep chill settles, an unwelcome guest in a place that should feel like home. A voice pierces the silence, a sharp edge in the gloom. "You don't get to ignore me again." In the cold, damp basement, an unsettling discovery awaits. Forgotten tapes rest in the dim light, a mystery unfolding. A wave of confusion washes over, memories clouded. Each tape whispers untold stories, secrets buried deep. The air hangs heavy, thick with forgotten moments. A chilling realization dawns, the past resurfacing. A bare bulb casts a harsh light across the unfinished basement, illuminating stacks of dusty cardboard boxes against the walls. A rickety wooden table stands center stage, bearing a box filled with neatly labeled cassette tapes. Each tape is marked with a date in precise black ink, a chronological journey laid bare. A chilling detail emerges. The final tape bears tomorrow's date, an omen hanging heavy in the air. An unsettling feeling permeates the scene, an invisible weight pressing down, hinting at impending doom. In the dim basement, a tape is inserted, the machine whirring to life. The tape begins to play, static hissing. A voice cuts through the static, ominous and low. "If you're hearing this, it's already started learning you." The tape continues, a silent threat hanging in the air. In the basement, dust motes dance in a beam of light, illuminating the oppressive darkness as I stand at the threshold. A disembodied voice echoes from the shadows. "The house doesn't kill, it copies." The chilling words sink in, a wave of understanding washing over me. A horrifying realization dawns on me, freezing me to the spot as the truth reveals itself. Dust motes swirl in a single ray of sunlight, illuminating the basement's gloom, where shadows dance like secrets. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and forgotten time. Every room is a memory it can't keep straight, a voice echoes, lost in the fractured space. The house, a fractured mind, struggles to piece itself together in the basement's eerie silence. A single shaft of sunlight illuminates dancing dust motes in the basement's gloom, revealing damp concrete walls. The air hangs heavy with the scent of mildew and despair. The only sound is the faint, ominous hum of unseen machinery. A disembodied voice echoes, chillingly warning. And when it finishes learning you, you don't leave. In a moment of stark realization, the chilling truth dawns. A desperate thought breaks through the silence. I'm doomed, trapped forever. In the dim basement, dust motes dance in a single shaft of sunlight, illuminating the secrets hidden in shadows. An old tape player whirs to life, its mechanical heart beating with forgotten memories. A younger voice spills from the speakers, filled with laughter and nervous energy. Echoes of past lines, practiced and perfected, fill the room, replicating moments lost to time. A sense of being consumed by the past hangs heavy, the weight of replication pressing down. A single sunbeam pierces the basement's gloom, illuminating swirling dust. Damp concrete and ozone hang heavy in the air, a strange, unsettling mix. Symbols etched into the floor lie half-hidden beneath layers of grime. The rules weren't there to protect me. They were instructions. A chilling realization dawns. The house wasn't haunted. It was unfinished, a dark project still in progress. Dust motes swirl in a beam of sunlight, illuminating the basement's gloom, a silent assessment from the old house. I feel the house's gaze upon me, a silent assessment. It is a touchstone, striving to become whole. I am the measure against which it strives, the blueprint for its completion, a silent promise. In the dim light, the basement whispers secrets of foundations and hidden hopes. The door looms, an escape into the impossible. Windows reveal streets, eerily familiar yet wrong. Doors vanish, leaving only blank walls. The sky flattens, a painted backdrop. Each step is a defiance of reality. Leaving means entering the unreal. Breath stills. The rise and fall of a chest ceases in the suffocating silence of the house. Silence descends, heavy and absolute, pressing in, suffocating. The walls pulse, an ominous rhythm in the stark stillness. Whispers echo, unheard voices stirring in the depths of the mind. A voice cuts through the silence. Stay still. The house breathes, its timbers groaning under unseen weight. A presence molds me, shapes me like clay. My sense of self dissolves, fading like a dream. This part is hard, a voice echoes, laced with sorrow. The house seems to watch, a silent, knowing observer. Identity slips away, leaving only the shell of what was. Settling into the living room, I sink into the familiar embrace. The house seems to sigh around me. The air fills with comforting scents, a gentle reminder of home. A silent, pervasive influence envelops me, urging tranquility. It wants me calm, compliant, a voice whispers, almost lost in the quiet. The house watches, waiting for me to yield to its soothing embrace. Sunlight streams into the living room, casting a deceptive warmth, a false sense of comfort that belies the danger within. The house breathes with a deceptive calm, each corner whispering secrets, lulling one into a false sense of security. Shadows lengthen, revealing the underlying tension, a subtle shift in the atmosphere hinting at the impending trap. An unseen presence lurks, the air thick with unspoken threats, the false comfort shattered by an unsettling premonition. Sunlight floods the room, highlighting swirling dust motes in the air, a silent dance in the golden rays. An unseen presence lingers, the air thick with untold stories and unheard whispers. I didn't write this to warn you, an ethereal voice echoes, resonating with hidden urgency. The house itself stirs, ancient and knowing, yearning to communicate its secrets. The house asked me to, the voice continues, revealing an unsettling alliance. It needed practice to learn how people listen, the message concludes, a chilling invitation to heed the unseen. Standing in the silent house, I feel its unseen eyes upon me, a palpable weight of history and secrets. The house seems to watch, waiting to learn the rhythms of my life, the length of my stay. An unsettling feeling creeps in, the sense of being studied, measured by an ancient intelligence. Am I merely a player in its grand design, moved by forces I cannot comprehend? The house looms, a silent observer, its history pressing down, shaping my every move. Sunlight streams into the house, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. An unnerving silence hangs heavy, blanketing every corner of the room. Shadows stretch long and distorted, playing tricks on the eye. The quiet is broken only by the faint hum of distant traffic. You did not stop reading. That matters. My room is probably quiet right now. Too quiet. An unsettling, almost imperceptible sound fills the house. A subtle shift in the atmosphere. The house seems to recognize its own space. Walls subtly expanding, boundaries blurring. A silent transformation unfolds within the structure, unnoticed by any oblivious inhabitants. The very air crackles, with an unseen energy as the house stretches, reaching out into the unknown. Each room subtly shifts, a silent symphony of expansion playing out in the architecture. An invisible force reshapes the dwelling, its silent growth both mesmerizing and ominous. The house stands in solemn silence. Sunlight streams through the windows, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. A figure pauses, a silhouette against the light, contemplating departure. I can leave. A silent promise hangs in the air, heavy with unspoken emotions. Habits, fears, and blueprints, intangible baggage carried forth. The door opens, and the figure steps out, leaving the rooted house behind. Dust motes dance in the dim light, filtering through sheer curtains. I pause, hand hovering over the cold metal of the door handle. A moment of hesitation hangs heavy in the air, fraught with unspoken dread. Narration: remember this, don't close the door completely. Narration: if you hear breathing, don't match it. The door looms, a threshold to the unknown, promising both safety and terror. Soft daylight streams into a quiet house, an unsettling silence permeating every corner. The air is still, heavy with an unspoken dread. Narration: if something says your name, don't answer. A sense of an unseen presence lingers, growing stronger. Narration: and if your house ever feels like it's listening. Sunlight streams into the silent house, illuminating dancing dust motes. An unsettling stillness pervades. Shadows stretch long, distorting familiar shapes into eerie figures. A sense of unseen presence lingers, heavy and suffocating. Don't stay long enough for it to learn, a voice whispers, laced with desperation. I'm warning you, pleading with you to escape, the voice urges, a final desperate plea. Sunlight floods through the windows, illuminating the stillness of the house. Dust motes dance in golden rays, the air thick with unspoken memories. A final moment of quiet reflection hangs in the air, heavy with the weight of farewells. A voice whispers, resonating through the empty rooms. Thank you for staying until the end. The house seems to listen, absorbing the final words as they echo through its silent halls. I'm sacrificing myself for you, the voice breathes, a poignant farewell to a beloved home. Silence dominates the house, heavy and expectant, as if holding its breath. A subtle creak echoes from the walls, a sound like the house itself awakening from a long slumber. A prickling sensation begins, a sense of unease settling over everything. Did you hear that? The sound of the house recognizing a new space, a new victim. An isolated house stands under the cloak of night, its silhouette stark against the dark sky. At first glance, normalcy reigns, but a sense of unease lingers in the air. The shadows stretch, twisting into unnatural shapes, hinting at hidden secrets within. An unsettling silence blankets the scene, amplifying the sense of isolation. The house exudes an aura of mystery, promising a night far from ordinary. A figure lies motionless in the darkness, their form obscured by shadows. The bedroom door is slightly open, spilling a sliver of light into the room. The darkness seems to deepen, making the form on the bed more vague. Measured, deep breaths fill the silence, piercing the stillness of the night. The breathing becomes more pronounced, creating an atmosphere of anticipation. A sense of unease fills the room as the figure remains still, shrouded in darkness. The hallway stretches into darkness, each shadow a silent observer. Footsteps echo, their rhythm matching the unseen figure in the bedroom. Each footstep is a beat in a symphony of suspense, building anticipation. The silence between steps is as loud as the footsteps themselves. A new room appears, its contours softly defined, bathed in the gentle light of an unknown day. The room is filled with objects that evoke a strange sense of déjà vu, their presence both comforting and unsettling. The house breathes, shifting and changing, as if responding to a silent command. Each object seems placed with intent, hinting at a purpose yet to be revealed. The walls whisper secrets of transformation, the very structure of the house evolving. A silent adaptation unfolds, the house reshaping itself to fulfill an unknown destiny. A lone figure stands silhouetted against the horizon, an air of heavy anticipation permeating the scene. Bathed in the sun's warm glow, the figure remains unmoving, a statue of patience at the property's edge. A timeless repetition hangs in the air, the silent promise of a cycle destined to continue. The scene pulses with unspoken narrative, the lone figure poised at the threshold of something inevitable. The house stands, a silent sentinel against the day, its form complete yet somehow perpetually unfinished. It watches, an ever-vigilant presence, absorbing the light and shadows of the world outside. The house seems to breathe, processing the endless stream of information that flows through its walls. A sense of quiet observation permeates the air, as if the house itself is a conscious entity. Sunlight streams through dusty windows, illuminating motes of dust dancing in the stagnant air. Cracked paint peels from the walls, revealing layers of wallpaper like forgotten memories. Shadows stretch and writhe in the corners, taking on shapes that hint at untold stories. A chilling draft whispers through the empty rooms, carrying secrets from long ago. The house stands silent, yet alive, its presence looming with an unspoken hunger. Every creak and groan hints at a dark history, a story etched into the very foundations. In the dead of night, heavy breathing echoes, a suffocating blanket of dread permeating every corner of the house. The ominous presence tightens its grip, its relentless reminder a haunting symphony in the silent house. There is no escape. The sound is all, encompassing, each breath a chilling testament to the house's dark soul. The house itself seems to breathe, its very walls pulsing with a sinister life. Shadows lengthen and twist, dancing to the rhythm of the unseen horror's breath. The air grows heavy, charged with an unspoken terror as the breathing intensifies, a prelude to the nightmare. An isolated house looms against the night sky, a dark silhouette against an endless canvas. Silent and still, the house stands as a sentinel, its windows like vacant eyes staring out into the abyss. The darkness seems to cling to the house, an ominous shroud concealing secrets within. A sense of foreboding hangs heavy in the air, as if the house itself is holding its breath. Waiting, watching. The house anticipates its next victim, a silent predator in the night. The house's interior reflects inner turmoil, a warped mirror of deep fears and desires. Walls breathe with unspoken anxieties, shadows dance with secrets. Each room pulses with hidden tensions, a stage for silent dramas. Sunlight struggles to penetrate, revealing dust motes suspended in unease. Inside the old house, shadows stretch like bars across the floor. Each room a haunting cell of the past. The air hangs heavy, thick with unspoken words and forgotten secrets. Every corner whispers with deceit, each memory a carefully constructed lie. There is no escape, the walls are closing in. The house looms, the silence amplifying the weight of what remains unsaid. An isolated house looms against the stark, desolate landscape, a solitary beacon promising solace. Its deceptive facade whispers of warmth and safety, a siren's call to those lost in the shadows. Yet, the air crackles with an unseen despair, a subtle warning woven into the inviting scene. The house stands as a false promise, a fragile sanctuary amidst an unforgiving world. Its silent walls hold secrets, a haunting contrast to the comforting illusion it projects. The house looms, a silent sentinel, its walls whispering forgotten tales to those who listen closely. Each room echoes with untold stories, shadows lengthening with the weight of the past. Sunlight streams through dusty windows, illuminating motes of secrets dancing in the air. A terrible price has been paid within these walls, its burden etched into the very foundation. The house looms in the darkness, a silent, watchful hunter. It waits, never sleeping, never forgetting, a predator in its domain. Its unnerving patience and cunning hint at unseen prey. A silent promise hangs in the air, the hunter poised to strike. Against the inky canvas of night, the isolated house looms, its silhouette a jagged tooth against the horizon. Shadows cling to its walls like grasping claws, transforming the dwelling into a monstrous entity poised to devour. Gnarled trees encircle it, their branches twisted into grotesque shapes, as if guarding a cursed secret. The wind whispers through the ancient boughs, carrying a mournful dirge that seems to emanate from the house itself. It stands silent, a sentinel awaiting its next unsuspecting victim, its dark heart beating with malevolent anticipation. An ominous presence permeates the air, a palpable sense of dread that warns any who dare approach its threshold. The house emerges, a canvas painted with strokes of fear and madness, standing defiant against the daylight. Its architecture whispers tales of obsession, a twisted monument to the unknown. Every corner echoes with unspoken stories, a haunting symphony of dread and fascination. Sunlight casts long shadows, revealing hidden depths within its walls. The house breathes, a living entity born from the darkest recesses of the mind. It stands as a testament, a chilling reminder of the potent power of the unseen. The house looms, a twisted nightmare where every shadow seems to whisper forgotten horrors. Reality itself warps and cracks within its walls, a waking dream with no escape. Each room breathes with a dark sentience, the air thick with unspoken dread. It is a place where the very essence of sanity unravels, leaving behind only fear. The isolated house looms a stark silhouette against an endless, indifferent sky. Peeling paint and overgrown weeds narrate a silent cautionary tale. It stands as a physical embodiment of too good to be true. The decaying walls whisper secrets, a warning to the unwitting. Cheap rent and easy living? This house embodies the price of hidden truths. The house looms, silent and daunting, under the unforgiving light of day. It stands as a challenge, a gauntlet thrown down before those who dare to enter. Courage and sanity are tested within its walls, a crucible of will and spirit. The air hangs heavy with the weight of trials, the silence broken only by unseen echoes. Only the strong survive, their resolve forged in the fires of the house's relentless test. The house looms, an enigmatic maze where inquiries echo endlessly. Its walls whisper secrets, a sanctuary where clarity perpetually evades. Shadows dance in the dimly lit hallways, obscuring the truth. Each room is a riddle, a piece of a puzzle with no solution, an intricate labyrinth of unanswered questions and veiled mysteries. Against the inky sky, the isolated house stands silhouetted, a silent sentinel of untold stories and whispered legends. The wind whistles around its eaves, carrying mournful songs of forgotten secrets and haunting memories. It etches itself into the minds of those who dare glance upon it. A place avoided, yet impossible to forget. Its darkness calls to the unknown. The house stands silent, a deceptive facade promising warmth and safety. Sunlight streams through the windows, casting long shadows that hint at hidden depths. An unsettling stillness permeates the air, a prelude to the house's true nature. Every corner whispers secrets, every shadow conceals a silent threat. It lures you in, only to reveal its dark heart, a trap disguised as a home. The house looms, a parasite feeding off fear and anxiety. Each creak of the floorboards tightens the grip. Each shadow stretching across the wall deepens vulnerability. Weakness grows with each passing day under its silent watch. Under the harsh sun, an isolated house looms, a stark silhouette against the unforgiving sky. It stands as a tomb of broken dreams, each window a vacant eye staring out at a desolate world. The house offers no peace, only eternal torment for those lost within its grasp. Its very presence whispers of shattered hopes and lingering despair, an eternal prison. The house looms, each room echoing with unspoken fears, a silent testament to the battles fought within its walls. Shadows lengthen and twist, painting the walls with the grotesque figures of inner demons. A palpable sense of unease permeates every corner, as if the very air is charged with past sorrows. The house becomes a stage for the silent drama of the soul, where every creak and whisper tells a story. The house looms, a stage set for unseen horrors, draped in a darkness that whispers of dread. Each shadow dances with malevolence, the lurking dread now taking on palpable forms. The air hangs heavy, thick with a silence that amplifies the anticipation of unseen horrors. This is a macabre spectacle, a theater of dread where every corner conceals a hidden terror. The boundaries between reality and nightmare blur, each step deeper into an unending play. A performance without a final curtain, a play doomed to an infinite run of terror and suspense. Under the cloak of night, an isolated house looms, a silent sentinel guarding secrets with unwavering vigilance. Its darkened windows watch with an unseen gaze. It patiently waits, shrouded in an eerie stillness. The house learns, absorbing every shadow and whisper. A silent observer, it stands resolute against the darkness. Its very presence hints at the mysteries hidden within its walls. Inside the house, the space feels like a mirror reflecting a distorted image of oneself. It reveals the true nature, potentially unveiling aspects that one may not like. The house becomes a stage for self-reflection, confronting the raw reality of identity. Each room echoes with the unspoken truths, challenging perceptions and forcing a confrontation with self. The house looms, a dark silhouette against the night, its windows like vacant eyes staring into the soul. Inside, corridors stretch into infinity, a labyrinth of shadows and deceptive turns. Each room whispers secrets, echoes of past despair clinging to the walls. Dead ends mock with silent laughter, designed to crush hope and break the spirit. The air hangs heavy, thick with a sense of being watched, of unseen eyes following every move. This is more than a house. It's a prison built of fear and uncertainty. The isolated house looms, an oppressive silhouette against the vast, indifferent sky, its very presence stealing the breath. Its walls seem to press inward, a suffocating embrace that offers no escape, only a deepening sense of imprisonment. Each window is a dark, vacant eye, watching, judging, reflecting the emptiness within and without. No glimmer of hope pierces the heavy atmosphere, only the stark reminder of confinement and lost freedom. The house stands as a symbol of the freedom craved but forever out of reach, a haunting monument to despair. The house looms, a silent monster poised to swallow everything whole. Its oppressive presence bears down, a relentless force of nature. An unstoppable power emanates from the old house. The house stands, a dark entity, its silence more terrifying than any scream. The house looms, a silent testament to emptiness, its darkened windows like vacant eyes staring into the night. It stands as a void, sucking the very life from the air, leaving behind only a chilling absence. An emotional wasteland stretches within its walls, a desolate landscape where joy and warmth have withered away. Shadows dance in the corners, whispering forgotten memories and unspoken sorrows, deepening the sense of despair. It is a shell, a husk of what once was, now haunted by the ghosts of laughter and love, forever lost. Against the desolate sky, the isolated house looms, a stark silhouette radiating decay, and an unsettling aura of wrongness. It stands as a curse, a plague upon the land, promising only misery and suffering to those who dare approach. Broken windows gape like empty sockets, whispering secrets of despair and regret on the wind. The very air seems thick with the weight of past sorrows, a palpable sense of dread clinging to the decaying structure. Each weathered stone and rotting beam tells a silent tale of broken lives and shattered dreams. The house broods, a malevolent presence, forever bound to the land by a legacy of pain and misfortune. The house looms, a silent testament to decay, each room whispering tales of a creeping sickness. An unseen force permeates the walls, infecting the air with a palpable sense of unease. The encroaching malaise tightens its grip, twisting thoughts and blurring the line between reality and nightmare. Sanity erodes, leaving behind a hollow echo in the once vibrant halls. The house consumes, bit by relentless bit, leaving nothing but emptiness in its wake. A haunting silence descends, broken only by the subtle creaks of a structure devouring itself from within. The house looms, no mere structure, but a living demon, its essence, a suffocating dread. Its claws sink deep, twisting the soul to dark purposes, turning its inhabitant into a mere puppet. A desperate struggle ensues, but the house's grip is too strong, its influence all-consuming. The walls breathe with malevolent intent, shadows dance, a suffocating dread fills every corner. Every thought, every action controlled, the house reigns supreme, a dark master of its domain. An isolated house stands stark against the horizon, radiating despair into the empty landscape. The house looms, a silhouette of isolation where hope fades and shadows deepen. It's a self-made prison, each brick laid with choices that now tower too high to climb. The gate is forever locked, sealing the house in a silent testament to lost dreams. Sunlight casts long shadows, emphasizing the suffocating solitude and the weight of confinement. The wind whispers through the empty spaces, carrying the echo of unspoken regrets. The house stands bathed in daylight, seemingly normal, but a dark secret lurks beneath its surface. It is a facade, a carefully constructed lie designed to deceive those who dare to enter. Unseen, a terrible truth festers, poisoning the air and twisting the very foundations of the home. This deception promises destruction, an inevitable doom awaiting those ensnared by its false allure. At the end of a long, winding road, a house looms, a place where hope withers and dreams die. The house stands in stark silence, a silhouette against the night, promising no solace. Shadows deepen around the house, each corner whispering tales of despair and lost ambitions. The very stones of the house seem to absorb light, radiating an aura of finality and doom. An eerie stillness pervades, as if even the wind dares not disturb the house's grim vigil. This is not just a house, it's a destination where dreams come to end, swallowed by darkness. An isolated house looms against the night sky, its darkened windows like vacant eyes. Silence shrouds the house, concealing secrets deep within its ancient walls. The house waits, a silent predator, anticipating its next unsuspecting victim. Its stillness belies the darkness lurking within, a promise of chilling events to unfold.